Late, everybody.
I've long been fascinated by those people who scan the beach or you know, like when you see them out there on the beach or on open fields, they're looking for treasure.
Buried treasure.
Buried treasure.
You've seen them, the metal detector scanning the earth. Isn't it intriguing?
Little did I know, there's a whole group of hobbyists that do this right here in Connecticut, and they were happy to show me how to get started.
For Bruce Morris, Casey Gilmet, and Bob Swerkla, all members of the Yankee Territory Coin Shooters Club, this could be a field of dreams. Their hobby? Using metal detectors to try and find buried treasure.
Metal detectors have been around in some form, as we know them, since the late 50s. Detecting as we know it today really exploded probably in the 70s, and the technology has come a long way.
Whenever they find the time, they'll spread out upon a piece of land they're allowed to be on in search of any number of things.
It's something that gets us out. We get to decompress. We get to sometimes touch the hand of history by uncovering things that have been lost, you know, generations ago. Anything that's been dropped from the colonial period up to the present day, there's a possibility of finding it.
They take these fancy pieces of equipment, the metal detectors, scan the land, and hope for that magic sound. Once they hear that lovely noise, they go back and forth over the area to make sure they've actually got something, and then the digging begins.
You have to almost visualize in your mind where it might be, based on how it's responding. This is just under the surface. Something like this. Today's pinpointers are sensitive enough to where sometimes you don't have to dig.
That pinpointer is another tool that really helps them find whatever it is they're going to find.
Casey, what do you got there?
This is a handheld pinpointer. This is every metal detector's best friend right here. It narrows right down once you dig the hole. You turn it on and just say, this is the object I'm looking for. It goes right to it. That saves a lot of time. A lot of time.
Saves a lot of digging, too. A lot of items are just under the surface, and sometimes we can actually take a tool like this and pry something up without digging a hole. You know, and if we do have to make a dig or a cut, you know, we try to leave it hinged so that we can...
Do you bring shovels with you?
Yep, we got everything.
Okay.
Once they're done unearthing a ring or a coin, they make it look as if they were never here.
We do it ethically. We know where we can and can't go. The onus is on us to know where we're able to do this. And the other side of it is always, you know, leave the conditions as much as you can like you've never been there.
Well, of course, I had to try my hand at this. I'm excited, to say the least, at what I might find in this open field.
I'm ready. That's the camera.
This was probably used as a farm field for quite a bit. Iron is an extremely common find.
Phooey to iron. I want gold. And so my search begins. It's not too long before my detector goes off.
Boy, when that beep goes off, you get a little excited.
Yeah, but you want it to definitively repeat, you know, back and forth.
We've determined something is there, waiting for me to uncover it.
I'd say it's likely a junk item, but you never know until you really take a look.
And so we dig. What is my great find?
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, you see, it's so easy for little objects to get. A pull tab.
A pull tab off a can. Well, that's a little disappointing, but I am not deterred. I will keep looking.
Yeah, this might have been just a small piece of foil. This might not be worthwhile.
What do you think Indiana Jones over here has? Anything?
I found something.
Let's see what it says on that. As you bring it back and forth, give it a good swing, but try to center over where you're getting the hit. Back.
It says gold. 5 cents.
5 cents? Yeah, it's could be a nickel, could be a ring, could be a pull tab. So let's see if we can pinpoint right where that is, and you can bring it up. Let's try that. Let's see if I can find it. This is almost on the surface.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, here it is.
Tin foil. Tin foil. So, no digging, and the land's a little cleaner.
If they find trash, they take it with them. They're all about leaving the site better than how they found it. Typically, do you guys find stuff on every trip, or is it hit or miss?
Some days can be amazing. Some days, 8 hours, nothing.
8 hours, nothing. Okay, well, I'm not finding any gems. Take a look at some of the things Bruce has found over the years.
This is a pattern 1851 belt buckle. This was what was used during the Civil War. This is actually an item related to World War II. Those are called sweetheart wings.
Bruce, why are we doing this? Why are you doing this?
For fun. Not for profit. Not for profit. I've rarely sold or scrapped anything I found. I have a friend who's a jeweler, and I have brought things to him that I couldn't return. There's no way to determine ownership, and he's remade nice things for me.
Bob's also brought us some of his finds. What do you got? You got some...
These are mostly sterling silver frames. I've been doing it for about 40 years on and off.
40 years on and off.
Yeah. What we got here is a what they call a button hook. It's made out of sterling silver. It was used back in like the early 1900s, late 1800s, where the women used them to lace their high boots.
Oh, isn't that interesting? And this is a match safe. Beautiful. Okay, let me just try a few more times.
There's a target here. About 4 inches down here.
How do you know it's 4 inches down? Oh, it tells you right on your screen. Look, I found a golf ball. It's better than nothing. What we find underground?
The rear bottle cap. But that's part of the way it goes.
I try again and again until finally I find some money. Hey, we found something. We found a cent. We found a penny.
Yep. Not antiquity, but it's a keeper. That's what we call it. It's a keeper.
That's a keeper.
Yep.
All right, so I've got some foil, a couple of bottle caps, a penny, and a golf ball. I'm good to go.
And we got a lock.
And a padlock.
And more garbage.
Thanks, Bruce.
You never know.
Nice to meet you.
Never know. It's a pleasure, Scott.
It's a lot of...
I totally
Wow, you've got great luck.
I know, right? I was totally thinking I was going to score, and I did
It is
not.
cool, though. I'm always
It is really cool.
fascinated
It's
by
fun.
them.
It's so fun when that thing goes off. What a great group of guys, too. If you'd like more information about their club, head to YankeeTerritoryCoinShooters.com.
They say